In 2014, eviction notices started arriving after the 7 property units in an up-and-coming gentrification area were sold to a private buyer. But Bromwell Street has been a home to generations of people. Some were born in these homes, while others have died here. Bromwell residents would have been homeless. Their only option would have been to be relocated as part of the City of Cape Town's emergency housing program to far-flung areas away from the CBD. The activist organisation and law centre Ndifuna Ukwazi came on board in 2017. On behalf of 8 families and 2 single people, the organisation approached the court, challenging the city's emergency housing program and its implementation. The court ruled in favour of Bromwell Street residents.
We are so happy for this victory, not only for us, but for what it means for everybody and how people can stand up for themselves, because this is an example that something can be done. We understand that this is not our property, it's the hub's property, and we feel for them. But us as evictees need to be strong about it, because we have nowhere to go and we will be rendered homeless if the city had to do nothing and the hub had to put us out on the street. And where did we have to go? Our children go to school, our people go to hospital in this area, everything is here.
The court found, among others, that the city's emergency housing program and its implementation, especially in relation to people being evicted from Woodstock, Salt River and inner city areas, as unconstitutional. The court also said there are inconsistencies, contradictions and arbitrary implementations. The attorney for the group says poor working-class families living in well-located areas where many have fought against forced removals under apartheid are now being forced out through market mechanisms and unchecked gentrification.
And one would hope that the implication would be that there would be this reconsideration around the way in which the city responds to emergency housing needs, and to recognize that in any specific area, especially the well-located areas, especially in areas where you know people are being forced out, are being evicted from and relegated to the unseen spaces in the city, that it is important for there to be a development of a mix of affordable housing. So not just social housing, not just BNG housing, not just emergency housing, but a sufficient mix to respond to the true housing need that it presents itself in the area and in the city.
In a written response, the City of Cape Town says while it acknowledges the court's decision, it's concerned about the implications of the judgment for both private property owners and municipalities across the country. It does not agree with the outcome of this matter and says it's in the process of considering options. Mariska Botha, SABC News, Cape Town.